Hey, how are you guys? It is Harrison Barron from Growth Generators. Now, in this video, I want to cover the 5 and plus 1 bonus that is going to make a world of difference. Tips for when you are starting an MSP. We are going to dive in right now. Alrighty, so I'm not going to make you wait for any of this. This is no sales pitch. I just want to be super clear. Number one is you got to define your niche. You are going to be infinitely more successful in the MSP and IT world when you define your niche and becoming a subject matter expert in that specific space. Now, here's why, before you think I'm crazy and I'm probably telling you to turn away some of the business. You're going to be a subject matter expert. You're going to know every single software, all the key terms, buzzwords, and language that they are using. And when you do it over and over again, you get very good at it. This is why the most successful businesses in the world very much stick to the exact same thing over and over again. Case in point, we have an iPhone right here with a shattered back screen. But disregard how clumsy I am. Apple has been making the iPhone now for years and years. They realistically only make maybe 4 products. You have their music, you have their phones, their wearable technology, and their computers. That's it. They stick to those 4 things. Amazon is just a marketplace. What they really specialize in is logistics. Every company that is growing and killing it out there specializes in a specific niche, whatever that niche may be. You being an MSP are going to follow in line with that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. By doing it over and over again, if you're helping car dealerships, if you're working in hospitals, if you're working in schools, whatever niche that you decide, banking's another great one. It does not matter. When you start to work specifically in that industry, you also get a lot of respect from your vendors, and those vendors are going to help you way more because you know what you're doing versus somebody else who they just have to help because it's their job to do it. So think about niching down, think about what area you want to focus in and specialize in that area. Maybe you're healthcare, maybe it's law, whatever it may be. Go focus in that niche. And remember, birds of a feather flock together. All the business owners that you want to meet are all hanging out in the exact same Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, networking groups. There's specialized committees that they are all a part of. And by you tapping into a handful of them, you will begin to spread like a wildfire, making your business infinitely more successful and profitable. Number 2. You have to develop a business plan. It doesn't matter what that business plan is, but you have to have some kind of plan going into it. That plan is going to consist of your marketing, your goals, your strategies, your tech stack, every single thing that you're going to need to be successful, especially after you pick that niche. What softwares do you need to know? What softwares can you offer? What tools and techniques and softwares can you roll out that is going to make your customers more sticky? We all love sticky customers, and more profitable. By you just going out and hoping that you're going to find the right technology that's going to work for your business is only going to set you up for imminent failure. Now, I don't want to say that in a bad way, but I have seen it time and time again where MSPs go out, especially when they're first starting out, and they want to do everything for everyone, and they don't have any strategy, no structure, nothing. That is a recipe for failure because you're stretching yourself way too thin. The ones that specialize in a specific niche or industry and have a well-built business plan are going to be the ones that rise to the top and get to the numbers that they want to hit, whether that's 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 20 million, $50 million, extremely quickly. Number 3, you got to build a strong team. When you're first starting out, your number 1 goal, almost before picking a niche and starting a business plan, is getting someone hired. Now, that might sound controversial, and maybe somebody wants to say, hey, you shouldn't do that. Here's the thing. If you're going to be the face of the business, chances are pretty good you're going to be the one selling everything. And because of that, you need to start focusing as soon as humanly possible on getting out and getting more business and hiring somebody who can handle the business that you're already bringing in. I've made it in another video, but every single deal you sell should be a managed service agreement. How that looks for you is going to vary differently than the next person, but bring in those monthly retainers every single month for tech support is going to make you infinitely more profitable, and you're going to have way more ability to help more clients. But you need to get the right team in place, and you need to get that first person hired who can handle a large majority of that grunt work in the beginning. If you don't do that and you fail to do that and you want to be the one person team, you're never going to have enough time in a day to prospect, close deals, follow up with any potential prospects, and call leads or whatever it may be, and do the work while also working on your business, working on the marketing, working on the logos, potentially working on the website. Especially when you're starting out, you might not have the money to hire somebody like myself or my agency at Growth Generators to go do this kind of work for you. That's why you need to have somebody as fast as possible sitting behind a computer like I am, who can go out, who can work on the tech issues, who can go fix a large majority of the issues that you're going to run into, so you could be out selling, building that reoccurring revenue, and then ultimately hiring more people to do that work in the short term. It is the biggest mistake I see, bar none. Number 4, right? 4, establish partnerships. There's no better way to build a business than partnering with people. You can partner with software companies. You can partner with other industry professionals. So maybe you're a MSP or IT that specifically works with lawyers. Go partner somebody up that works in the healthcare industry. They might not want anything to do with the other. And if that's the case, start picking up that phone, start calling, and start saying, hey, by the way, do you ever come across these deals? More than likely, they're going to say yes. And if they're not a specialist in that area, this is leaving a huge hole for you to go fill. And they could start referring you leads all day long. It is the easiest way to make more money. It is the easiest way to get free leads. And when you have somebody that might be a good fit for them, reciprocate. Don't be the guy that does everything. We already went over this. Niche down. Feel free to pass it back and forth. That's how successful businesses work. Maybe you're an arborist and you're cutting down trees. Wouldn't you want to partner with a landscaping company? Hey, by the way, as a homeowner, this tree's really bothering me, right? Well, I have somebody that I can call. Same thing. Hey, we just dropped I don't know how much a tree weighs, but we just dropped a tree. We ruined the lawn. Typically, that's what happens. It's kind of known. They can call up and say, hey, I have a landscaper. Vice versa, it happens over and over and over again. Look at softwares. You could probably partner up with a software company that works specifically in that industry. They probably don't want to do the rollout. They don't want to do the onboarding. You could be that barrier, make that money as an onboarding fee, and be the liaison between the customer and that software company. Last but not least, invest in marketing. I know this is coming from a marketing person, so this might seem skewed, but I cannot begin to tell you enough. You have to invest in marketing. It doesn't matter if you hire me, my agency, or somebody else, start spending a little bit of money in marketing. And the reason being is not just because I want you to spend money on marketing, but a lot of times there is so much low-hanging fruit, so much money out there that you are not capturing because you're trying to save money in marketing. It is the worst mistake that companies can do. Look at the biggest businesses in the world. What are they doing? They're spending millions of dollars on marketing. Look at every local small business. Are they spending a lot of money on marketing? Chances are pretty good. Yes. Of course there's word of mouth. Of course there's referrals. But there is so much money that I can find and other marketers can find in your business and other strategies you probably would have never thought of. If you're an MSP, little free tip, give out mouse pads. Nobody cares what their mouse pad at work looks like. But what they do care about is knowing who to call when they need help. And by you doing that brand reinforcement over and over and over again, it is the easiest and cheapest thing that you could leave with the client that they are going to see every single day. It doesn't matter. This happens in every industry. If you're a landscaper, put your phone number on the sprinkler box inside the house. Hey, we do blowouts, we do all this. When they're ready to turn on their sprinklers for the year, who are they going to call? Your number, because it's going to be plastered right there as opposed to somebody else's. This goes with any industry out there, but you have to start working with a marketing company. And now the bonus, the kind of 5th/6th bonus, which is charge appropriately. I cannot tell you how many companies do not charge appropriately. They're not figuring out their numbers. They're not checking any of my YouTube videos to see how much they should charge. They're just shooting from the hip and saying, I'm going to bill hourly. Do not do that. That is the fastest way to burn out and being unprofitable, because you, as the only person working in that business, might be able to charge $150 an hour. I hate to say it, but $150 an hour, even for 8 hours a day, while that is good money, is not enough to consistently grow a business. Is it going to pay for your vacations? Probably, but is it going to help you pay for your softwares? Is it going to help you pay for your vacations that you want to go to, or a vacation home, or family events, or whatever additional funding you need? Probably not. And you're going to be doing the work. You're going to be in the trenches. You're going to get burned out. charge appropriately. Anywhere between 75 on the lowest end, if you haven't watched my video, all the way up to $250 per device is acceptable. Depending on how you structure it and what your SLAs say, service level agreements, will vary drastically on how much you're charging, but this is huge. Your number one goal should be hiring somebody as soon as humanly possible and charging someone appropriately. That's 75 to 250, realistically 75 to about 150 for most people starting is a solid number. If you get 30 or 40 computers under management, you have now not only created a new job for yourself, but you now have the income that you need to get somebody hired. Even if it's 4 or 6 hours a day, you can hire a semi-level professional who can sit there behind a computer and work all day handling tickets, handling computer issues while you're out there selling. It is the number one thing I see over and over and over again that companies make a massive mistake on when they're first starting out. They want to be the guy, they want to charge per hour, and I promise you it does not work. Some months you're going to lose, some months you're going to win, but you're taking that gamble, and more often than not, you're going to win. And companies love that they don't have to be nickel and dimed. They don't have to pay for time and materials. They just know that it's part of the retainer, and anything that's not covered in there should be clearly defined in your SLA. So I hope this video helps. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys want to connect with me, click the link down below, growth-generators.com. We are always looking to help more MSPs start it up. And if you're too small and you're like, hey, I'm not really sure if I'm a good fit, we do have coaching options available as well. Love it. Hope you guys enjoy this stuff, and I will see you guys on the next video.